Welcome in to the lacrosse recap. My name is Dane Stewart. Want to thank you for joining us. I know it's been a while since you've heard from the Utah Lax Report, KSL Sports Rewind. We've started our spring coverage and we figured, hey, we're just going to partner these two up. And so I want to thank KSL Sports Rewind and the Utah Lax Report as we will start bringing you updates through both of those two platforms. We know it's been a while since you've heard a Utah Lax podcast, and we apologize. We've been working on getting that kind of sorted out and figuring out who's going to do what. I think we've got the dust settled a little bit, and we're excited now to be able to bring that podcast back to you as we'll talk about happenings in the sport each week. We'll also bring you interviews, players, coaches. We'll have guests on a regular basis as well. And as we talk about KSL Sports Rewind, no one brings you more live game streams than KSL Sports Rewind. And so we felt like this is a very natural partnership and excited to be able to bring coverage to you through both media platforms, be that the Utah Lax podcast or KSLSports.com. So let's dive right into it. How about the Utah Utes? This last week, they headed out to Jacksonville, and what was a critical game for their regular season ASUN conference results. Any hope that they had at still being within a regular season conference title required a road win for Utah as they took on the 3-0 in conference play Jacksonville Dolphins. And boy, what a start for Utah. They came out flying. They led 7-2 after the first quarter. It was awesome to see this offense back. Hyde and Steins, the ball movement was there. Jared Andriello, what a difference he has made since he's come back from injury. This Utah offense has been great. And defensively, man, they were just quicker than Jacksonville for that first half. It was a great push by Jacksonville in the fourth quarter. But Utah, how about the defensive stops they made late, including big saves by Lenskold, including one with about 90 seconds to go to help Utah hold off a ferocious Dolphin surge as then they were able to get the empty netter and goal from Steins to finish this one off. And with that, boy, such a critical win. We talk about the importance of that. Utah now 3-1 in conference play, a winning record for the first time this season after the 0-3 start. And they return home this week. They'll have a game against Robert Morris and I out to you. Everyone, come on out, support the Utes in that. We continue to try to put pressure. They're now one game back of Air Force. They're tied with Bellarmine and Jacksonville, having defeated both of those two programs. And so Utah set up to be in good position. They do need some help since they lost to Air Force earlier, but there's a lot of games left for Air Force. Although that being said, Air Force did get a big win this last week against Cleveland State. So Utah still needing help to get back to try to compete and get a conference regular season title, but looking good as it feels like we are back with what we expected from the Utes this season. And can't talk enough about what we've seen from Lenskold between the pipes and this offense, again, getting its rhythm going here in the second half of the year. Again, a home game with Robert Morris this week. Come on out before they take to the road. They'll have 3 critical road games before their regular season finale on April 27th. But everything looking good for the Utah Utes. Can't take the foot off the pedal now. They've got to finish strong, and we're positive they will. All right, from college, let's go to high school. And in case you missed it, well, Tuesday, April 2nd was a big day for high school lacrosse. And the big reason why, in case you were unaware, the RPI came out, was released for the first time. Now, there's a real important matter that we got to talk about when we talk about the RPI, and that is how this RPI is constructed. A reminder, and you'll see this when we talk through the different rankings, it is not about your record. It's not about who you beat, by how many. It goes strictly off of a winning percentage. What does that mean? We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's start on the boys' side. And for 4A, your top teams are number 1, Juan Diego, number 2, Judge, number 3, Skyview, 4, Orem, and 5, Green Canyon. Judge, Juan Diego. I think most people expected Judge, so young, returning so many guys off that group that made that playoff push last year, expected them to be up there. How about Juan Diego? 5-0 to start the year for the Soaring Eagle. Fantastic to see that program back winning and winning regularly. Had a big win earlier this year, 11-10 over Skyridge. You see them being compensated for that. Judge and Juan Diego, their region rivals. They'll have a chance to play that one out. Should be a great game when that one comes around. But those are your top two teams in 4A. Talk about Region 11. Skyview's been so good the last couple of years. Green Canyon as well. Been tough in the non-region play to get some momentum going. We think those programs will still be strong as the year plays out. We move to 5A, and this is where some may raise some eyebrows in case you missed it, and we'll talk about it. Number one, the Olympus Titans coming in as the number one team in the RPI. Brighton is at number 2, Roy at 3, Park City number 4, and Highland number 5. Now, Friday night, a huge game in the state. The Brighton Bengals on the road taking on Corner Canyon, and it was Brighton getting the win in that one. They held the lead at the break. They extended that lead in the second half with a dominative effort. They beat Corner Canyon 13-6. And for those of you who are saying, hey, they've got more wins, which is true, they defeated Corner Canyon, who has been really strong this year. That is true as well. But that's why we talk about it's not about it's not about beating a more higher ranked team than an opponent, or even about your number of wins. And let's dive into this. So the way the RPI breaks down, it looks at your winning percentage, your opponent's winning percentage, and opponents. Brighton 8-0 to start the year. Olympus 5-0 to start the year. And there's probably some Bengal fans out there being like, we have 3 more wins. We've played 3 more games. That should give us something. The reality is, whether you're 8-0, 5-0, or 1-0, your winning percentage is 100. You haven't lost. And the way that the RPI breaks down is it looks at your winning percentage. So even though you've played 3 more games and you have 3 more wins, that does not matter. Both teams are 100 in terms of their winning percentage. You look at the opponent's winning percentage, and according to the opponent's winning percentage, Olympus, their opponents have a higher winning percentage, so do their opponents' opponents, and thus why the Olympus Titans are ranked higher than Brighton to start the year. Now, those are 2 region teams. We'll get a chance to play that one out. I'll tell you, I saw Olympus. They look mighty, mighty good. Haven't had a chance to see Brighton yet. We do get that region game coming up in a couple weeks. Hint, I'm going to try to be there for that one. But you look at the start Olympus had, 14-5 over Fremont. They've had a very good start of the year. So has Brighton. They'll have a chance to play that out. But just to help people not be too overreactionary to an early RPI release, that's how it breaks out. Again, this one will have a chance to be settled out on the field in the regular season. Roy, how about the Roy Royals? They were not on my radar to start the year, I'll be honest. 12-6, they beat American Fork earlier this year. Great start for them. Park City at number 4. That Park City team, they are really good as well. I think 5A is so fun at the top. And again, Park City, Brighton, Olympus, 3 in the top 4, all in the same region. We're going to get to see that play out. And Highland at number 5. Great to see Highland lacrosse up there as well. East at 6. You want to know which region in this state is the best? You don't have to look outside of Region 6. It is so good. And a reminder, oh, man, when those region games come around, we might be spending a lot of time in Region 6 on KSL Sports Rewind. All right, let's go to 5A, or to 6A. My apologies. 6A boys RPI. Number 1, Corner Canyon. Number 2, Davis. 3, Skyridge. 4, Fremont. And 5, Weber. We talk about how good Region 6 has been. Region 1 very well represented here with Davis, Fremont, Weber all in the top 5. Farmington at number 6. And we'll remind you what we talked about in 5A. For those of you who say, well, Corner Canyon, Davis, same work. Winning percentage is, they're both 800. Now, this is where it is kind of interesting because you look at a Skyridge team coming in at number 3. They're 6-1. And so they had the more wins. They both have the 1 loss. But that's where once you have a loss, now your winning percentage changes, right? Skyridge 6-1, their winning percentage 857. Davis Corner Canyon 4-1, winning percentage of 800. The difference there is the opponents is really what is separating those 3 teams at that, or what is helping Corner and Davis overcome that winning percentage difference that we see from number 3 Skyridge. But boy, those 3 all been great to start the year. And for Skyridge, that's one where they're going to get their chances to prove as the season goes on. Obviously, 6-1, a great start for them, but they're going to have their opportunities to really dial in and help make that case for their top 5 ranking as the season proceeds. Fremont, this is a team with a lot of offense. We talked about that. They return Isaacson and Searle. So many guys on that Fremont group. Hill is back. Obviously, they've got Souza back in cage. A lot of experience there. Corner Canyon, Davis, still the cream of the crop in 6A, and we'll get a chance, or we'll see if they can hold on as the season continues. Girls lacrosse, we want to make certain we get this covered as well. 4A, Bear River, no doubt, number 1. Timpanogos, number 2. Payson, number 3. Juan Diego, 4. And Judge Memorial, 5. Bear River continue to do what they do, and that is win, regardless of classification. Multiple 6A wins this year. Undefeated in the start. Bear River, what a start for the Lady Bears. In 5A, Woods Cross. Are we seeing that right? Yes, we are. How about the start for the Wildcats? A new coaching staff there. And boy, what a job they have done with the Cats in the early going. Now, there's going to be opportunities for them to continue to prove that that's accurate and reasonable for them. Their winning percentage, 100. Haven't lost yet, or I should say 1,000, I guess. 6-0 for the Cats to start the year. Park City coming in at number 2. Saw that Park City team early in the year in a win against Mountain Ridge. They are really, really strong, especially defensively. Man, they make it really tough on opposing offenses. Highland 3, Olympus at number 4. That one surprised me a little bit. This Olympus team, and this is where, again, as the season plays out and you get more data, it will get itself right. But Olympus 4-1 right now. The one loss coming against Foothill out of California, which has been a top team in California for the last handful of years. That's their only loss on the year, and their 4 wins, which have all been in-state. They've scored over 20 goals. And that's what we say. The RBI doesn't care about margin difference, doesn't care about, we're scoring more than other teams. It's strictly based on the winning percentage. So that 4-1, that one loss to the team in California, to Foothill, having its effect in this initial release, at least for Olympus. Now, that being said, again, Olympus, Park City, same region. They'll get a chance to prove that out. But don't overreact if you're a Titan fan. A long way to go before this is all said and done, and they're going to win a lot more games. They're going to see that winning percentage go up. And with Highland in that region, Park City in that region, they're going to get plenty of opportunities to get some quality opponents' winning percentage points as well. West Jordan at number 5. Good start for the Jags here in the early part of the year as well. Let's go to 6A, and a top 6A. The 6-1 on the year. Great start for Fremont. Riverton undefeated at 4-0. They come in at number 2. Mountain Ridge 3, Sky Ridge 4, and Bingham number 5. Riverton undefeated, the last undefeated team in 6A. But really what's hurting them is that opponent's winning percentage. And this is where you see, they might have had a really strong start to the year, but that opponent's winning percentage is what is hurting them in terms of that total RPI. Why you see a Mountain Ridge at a 4-2, Fremont at a 6-1, right in proximity with Riverton. Sky Ridge, Bingham, really strong this year as well. Region 3, a lot of teams that are just outside that with Park City and Lone Peak. Region 2 looking strong, and Fremont would be fun to see if the Lady Silverwolves can hold on as the season progresses. Initial RPI is out. There were some surprises for us, probably some surprises for you, but always fun to get the initial rankings out. And again, we'll track this as the season goes on, including we might have something special in store for you as we get closer to the state playoffs and brackets. Well, we got some ideas. It'll be fun as we get closer there, what we have in store. Thank you for joining us for our lacrosse recap. A reminder, you can catch this on the Utah Lax podcast and on KSLSports.com. We won't have any game for you this week on KSLSports.com, but we will be bringing you games next week and every week to state championships. And every week we'll talk through the latest happenings. We'll have guest interviews. We'll catch up on all the news, player performances, team performances, standings, rankings, all of the good action that's going on throughout the state right here on KSLSports.com and the Utah Lax Report. Thank you for joining us. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart, and we'll see you next week.